hungry! What's up, Jersey Jeff Eats foodies? I am here on the beautiful Garden State Parkway heading to Monmouth Park. That's right, it's race day here on the Jersey Jeff Eats channel. I'm going to be making two videos there, as a matter of fact. One for the New York channel, which will be all about the racing, and another one for this channel, which is going to be about a car show going on there, as well as, of course, getting something to eat while I'm at the park. So come along with me, race day at Monmouth Park here in Monmouth County, New Jersey at the Jersey Shore.
That's right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Jersey Jeff Eats. Today we're heading back to beautiful Monmouth Park Racetrack in Oceanport, New Jersey, right in the heart of the Jersey Shore. But this time we're looking at today's adventure through the eyes of a food lover. Now, before we get into what I ate, I want to let everyone know that this visit to Monmouth Park actually turned into a 4-video series across the New York network. The first video is already live over the New York channel, and that one focuses on the incredible classic car show, the racetrack itself, and I even placed a horse wager that turned out pretty well. If you haven't seen that one yet, definitely check it out after this video. Then later this week, we'll wrap things up on my Jersey Shore Jeff channel, where we'll explore even more of Monmouth Park's grounds and, of course, even more classic cars. And, of course, the very first video was a members exclusive, which pretty much summed up all three of these videos. That was released last week for members of the New York channel. So make sure you watch all of the channels because each one shows a different side of this amazing event. Now, let's get hungry. By the way, all three videos show completely different areas of Monmouth Park as well as totally different cars. There were hundreds of them. One thing became very obvious the moment I pulled into Monmouth Park. This wasn't just another weekend car show. This was enormous, rows upon rows, section after section, hundreds of beautifully maintained automobiles stretching as far as I could see. You know you're at a special event when you don't even know which direction to start walking. Everywhere you looked, there was another car waiting to be admired. Like this beautiful 1965 Cobra 427. Now you guys know I've always said that food brings people together, but classic cars do exactly the same thing. People from every generation, every background, every walk of life, standing around talking to complete strangers because they all share one thing in common. Cars have that magic ability to start conversations. You hear things like, my dad used to own one, or my grandfather taught me to drive in one of those, or I haven't seen one of those in 40 years. Every single car unlocks memories. One thing I really appreciated today was how approachable all the owners were. Nobody was standing there saying, don't touch, although that was pretty much expected, or don't come near. Instead, they were smiling, talking, sharing stories, explaining restoration projects, showing old photographs. They genuinely wanted people to enjoy their cars, and that makes events like these so much more enjoyable. I love these old Mopar muscle cars. This is a 1969 Dodge Super Bee. There's also a Roadrunner in this show that's pretty much sharing the light in all three of these videos. I like that car so much. It'll be shown later in the video. Here's a 1963 split-window Corvette. That's the only year the window in the back was split down the middle. Split-window Vettes are highly collectible. Unfortunately, in 1964, when they did away with it, a lot of Corvette owners just cut out that split window and made it one window to make it look like a newer car. In doing so, they destroyed a highly collectible car. Fortunately, this 1963 beauty survived that fate. As I wandered through the show, I started noticing something interesting. Some owners focused on perfect originality, every bolt, every badge, every interior panel exactly the way the factory intended. Others took a completely different approach: modern engines, updated suspension, disc brakes before there were disc brakes, air conditioning, modern stereos hidden inside classic dashboards. It's amazing seeing two completely different philosophies, yet both are equally impressive. Here's a great looking Carmen Ghia. Carmen Ghia is basically a Volkswagen Beetle with a sexier body, if you will. I always wanted one of these but never managed to get one. They kind of look like Porsches, and actually Volkswagens and Porsches are made in some of the same factories. The relationship is deeply intertwined. Founder Ferdinand Porsche designed the original Volkswagen Beetle, and today Volkswagen actually owns the Porsche brand. This is a really good looking example. I'm glad I left my checkbook home.
I love it.
We do too.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Here's an old Good Humor truck with a not-so-old Good Humor man, and he's actually selling ice cream. He was quite busy. This truck's going to be featured in the Jersey Shore Jeff video of this car show. And if you're throwing a party, you could hire the truck and the man. Speaking of ice cream and food, don't forget this is the Jersey Jeff Eats channel. I am going to eat something pretty soon after we check out a lot more cars here, and well, things didn't turn out that well. Of course, chrome was everywhere. Chrome bumpers, chrome mirrors, chrome trim, chrome wheels. The sun was bouncing off of everything. Sometimes you almost needed sunglasses to look at these cars, and well, actually, I'm glad I had mine. This good-looking 1975 Ford Bronco is highly customized, and it's screaming Jersey Shore. Here's a beautiful Pontiac GTO. Back in the day, they were called goats. It's a phonetic play on the letters GTO. Car enthusiasts also embraced it because goats are known to eat anything, matching the car's reputation for devouring the competition on the street. Hey, a shout out to CCAP72 who left a super thanks on my Jersey Jeff Eats video, South Beach Beer Garden in Atlantic City. That's an old video. Thanks for watching, CCAP, and thanks for your support. And if any of you others would like to help support the Jersey Jeff Eats channel, then click on that super thanks button. You'll get a shout out as well. Thanks for your support, guys. I already explored this park, Monmouth Park, in the New York video, and I'm going to explore it some more in the upcoming Jersey Shore Jeff video, so stay tuned for that. Beautiful car. Check out that headliner. One of my favorite parts of any car show isn't necessarily the $1 million showpieces, although they're the best ones to look at, but it's also seeing ordinary family cars that somehow survived all these years. Cars people actually drove, cars kids grew up riding in, station wagons, sedans, pickup trucks, cars that were never meant to become collectibles, yet here they are, loved, maintained, and proudly displayed. This is a 1960 Studebaker with a nice trophy in the back seat. I've been checking out cars for hours and I still have a lot more to check out. I think it's time for some refreshment. It's hard to ignore the colors of these cars also. Modern cars, let's be honest, most are black, white, gray, silver, maybe dark blue. Back in the 50s and 60s, manufacturers weren't afraid of color. Bright turquoise, coral, mint green, canary yellow, copper, two-tone paint jobs, white roofs. It made walking through the show today feel like walking in a rainbow. Of course, I also noticed how spotless these cars were. Owners were constantly wiping the cars down, dusting off the chrome, touching up the windows. If you've ever restored a classic car, you know they're never actually finished. There's always something to clean, something to polish, something to improve. My brother-in-law had a late 60s Camaro, just like this one, only it wasn't a convertible. He used to race it at Raceway Park here in New Jersey. And right next to it is a Chevelle, which he also owned. And right behind those two cars is a 1965 red Mustang, which I used to own. Kind of coincidence here. And here is that red 1965 Mustang, just like the one that I owned. Mustangs gave rise to the nickname Pony Car, which not only applied to Mustangs, but pretty much any small, fast, sporty car like Camaro or Firebird. Stay tuned, guys. I haven't forgotten about eating. One thing I always find entertaining is people's reactions to these cars. Little kids pointing at convertibles and teenagers fascinated by huge engines. Adults reliving memories, older visitors explaining how cars used to be built, and everyone seems to be see something different in these cars. This beautiful Ford Model A is over 90 years old. I couldn't get over the variety of cars here as well. Lots of times when you go to these car shows, they're pretty much the same type of a car, but here there were muscle cars with enormous V8 engines, luxury cruisers that looked like living rooms on wheels, tiny sports cars, huge convertibles, rat rods, hot rods, even some beautifully restored pickup trucks, and every row had something completely different waiting around the corner. Like this 1955 Chevy Nomad station wagon. Now that's what you call baby blue. Here's that 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner Superbird I was talking about. I love this car so much. It is featured in all 3 videos this week here on the New York Network. Different clips of the same car, but I really do love this car. These Roadrunners actually had a horn that went meep meep. I kid you not. Wow, a 1953 Chevy Corvette. I believe that's the first year Corvettes were made, and they sold for less than $3,500. One thing some people don't expect at these car shows are the sounds. Every now and then someone would fire up an engine and suddenly the entire crowd would stop. They would their heads would turn and their phones would come out. That deep V8 rumble echoed through Monmouth Park, and you just don't hear those engines, you feel them. Walking through this event made me realize something. Classic cars aren't really about transportation anymore. They're rolling history, basically. Each one represents an era, a family, a lifestyle, a dream. Someone cared enough to save it from going to the scrapyard, and that's something worth celebrating. Well, again, we saw a bunch of cars today. We saw a bunch of cars in a previous video on the Yawk channel, and we're going to see a lot more cars on the Jersey Shore Jeff channel in a couple of days. In the meantime, I really am hungry. We're going to take a walk around this park and find a place to eat. One thing I like about events like this is they usually feature vendors you normally don't see everywhere. Like, it's not just burgers, not just hot dogs, it's unique food, creative food, things you probably won't find every day, and that's exactly what caught my attention today, a stand called Harvest Moon Hut. The name alone sounded interesting, so naturally I walked over to see what they had. The menu wasn't huge, but honestly, sometimes that's a good thing. They focused on a handful of specialty sandwiches and snacks. Everything was priced pretty reasonably too. Most items range from about $5 to $16, and that's pretty fair for an event like this. They had Mexican street corn, a Cubano sandwich, a soy pork belly sandwich that caught my eye. They also offered a torta featuring crispy breaded chicken. Finally, they were beef empanadas served with house-made dipping sauces. But the one thing that kept calling my name was the Al Pastor grilled cheese. It had chili-flavored pork, quesillo cheese, pineapple, caramelized onions, served on thick Texas toast. For $13, that sounded like an absolute winner, so that's what I ordered. My first impression? Fantastic. This sandwich looked incredible. Beautiful grill marks, golden brown Texas toast, lots of cheese, pineapple peeking out, caramelized onions. Presentation, it was excellent. The Texas toast was awesome, loaded with butter. It had that beautiful crispy exterior while staying soft on the inside. Exactly what you want from a grilled cheese. The cheese, plenty of it, nice and melty. The pineapple was sweet and juicy. It really added a nice contrast, and of course the onions were nicely caramelized as well. Everything looked like it was heading towards a great review. Then I got to the pork, and unfortunately this is where things changed. This pork should have been pretty spicy. It had adobo sauce, dried chilies, garlic, vinegar, achote peppers, and well, it just was pretty much tasteless. Then there was the texture. This was a bigger issue. Mixed throughout the meat were these small rubbery pieces. Not spoiled meat, mind you, nothing like that. It was more like those bits of cartilage you sometimes find near the end of a spare rib. Every few bites, I hit another one. Chew, chew, chew. It just wouldn't break down. Eventually I found myself picking pieces out. And that was disappointing because everything else about this sandwich was working. I was hungry, really hungry, but I ended up eating less than half of the sandwich, and eventually I had to throw the rest away, and that's something I really don't like doing. Now, I also want to be fair. Nothing about this experience makes me think Harvest Moon Hut is a bad vendor. Quite the opposite. The menu looked creative. Everything else sounded delicious. The young woman taking my order was extremely friendly. She was easy to talk to, very personable, excellent customer service. Perhaps I simply picked the wrong item that day. It happens. Sometimes one menu item just misses the mark while everything else is outstanding. If I ever see Harvest Moon Hut again, I'll actually give them another chance. Maybe I'll try the Cubano or the street corn or the Empanadas because the menu itself really impressed me. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, the second in a series of 3. Don't forget, check out the Yawk channel for the first one, and stay tuned for Jersey Shore Jeff for the third video of this series here at Monmouth Park in this car show. I really had a great time today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting the channel.